Okay, so far, I named it this. Because so far, knock on wood, I've had no problems with this game starting up. I actually forgot to install it beforehand. Thankfully, it didn't take any more than 10 minutes. See, I have my graphics set. My computer should handle this game fairly easily as well. So, there should be no problems in that regard.
Used to be when people talked about the end of the world, we locked them up. Or laughed them off. Sometimes both. But we never took them seriously. Maybe we should have.
He's new.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. Better to start at the beginning, with the abduction of Desmond Miles, my son. This boy had no ambition, no direction, no plans for the future. What he did have was a heritage, one he chose to deny. It nearly cost him his life. He was captured and imprisoned. Those who took him believed he could help them find something. The apple. One of several artifacts we call Pieces of Eden. Bits of ancient technology scattered across the globe. Some hidden, some found, all of them dangerous. Most are held by a single group, the same group that now had Desmond. You know them as Abstergo Industries. We know them as the Templars, as the enemy. We've been fighting them for thousands of years, even longer if you believe the stories of their origins. I do. After all, I've seen the truth. That's the beauty and the horror of the Animus. A device that allows us to enter and experience the lives of our ancestors. It holds the power to change everything, to show us history the way it really happened. Up until its creation, to the victor went the spoils, went the truth. We're trying to fix that, to free minds and bodies both. But there's only so much that we can do, and the Templars have the upper hand these days. But something larger than the Assassins and Templars is approaching, bigger than all of us. And if we can't find a way to stop it, these next few weeks will probably be our last. Everyone's last. In the end, it all comes down to him. To Desmond. Through the Animus, he discovered his heritage, explored the lives of his ancestors, and uncovered their secrets. When that was done, he trained. He used another ancestor to provide decades of experience in the span of a few days. It worked. We think. We hope. Soon we'll know. That ominous date fast approaches, December 21st, 2012. None of us knows what it'll bring, only that this is where they want us to be, when it does. They've been guiding us in their own fractured, frustrating way. These voices from the first civilization, the ones who came before, a precursor race of immense power and uncertain motives. They're the ones who made the Pieces of Eden. This is where they've led him, and through him, us. He stands at the entrance to this long-lost place, armed with the knowledge of Altair and the abilities of Ezio. He holds in his hands the apple of Eden, and we stand at his side, ready to support him however we can. His name is Desmond Miles, and he has brought us to the end.
That was apparently his father that was speaking. Yeah, you missed nothing with that cutscene. They were literally just going over what I've already played.
We're here. Let's go.
Character models are a little bit better, or the graphics are a little bit more of an improvement over Revelations. Desmond's walking really weird, though. Nearly ran into you.
another moment, down went Alice after it, never once considering how in the world she was to get out again.
Hello, Motozak. Welcome. Caught us right at the beginning, too. Oh. Now, I have never played this before. I've played Assassin's Creed before, so I know how the game plays. I just got done... I'll just explain this real quick. So far, I've streamed Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelation, so I know how the game plays for the most part. This is the first time I have ever played Assassin's Creed 3. I do know the story, and I spoiled a few things for myself, like, a while ago. But, like, just as a pre-warning, like, don't try not to spoil the story for me. I want to learn it all on my own. And if I need help with anything, I'll ask for it.
I think we're here.
Oh, I lost my light. Can I pick up the light? I guess I can. I've only been getting through these recently.
Your will is no longer your own.
Thank you for following. Interesting. So, it looks like there's an Animus in here. I forget exactly what these greater beings are called.
You must find the key.
Son?
Sir.
God, his blood vision's getting stronger.
Desmond?
And he just passes out.
Do you hear us?
Yeah. What happened?
The temple triggered a bleeding effect. You collapsed and entered into a fugue state.
Bleeding effect.
So
I keep calling it
naturally,
blood
you
vision.
dropped me into the Animus instead of, I don't know, making sure I was okay.
You weren't in any danger. Besides, the temple appeared to be communicating with you, and I didn't want to risk severing the connection. At least not until we knew what it wanted.
Right. Of course.
Son,
No, it's fine. I get it. And I know what I'm looking for, by the way. It's a key. Just no idea where it is, though. Guess that's why she triggered the bleeding effect.
She?
Juno, Dad. She's talking to me.
You know. Oh. Here we are.
Okay,
My
Desmond,
graphics glitched
while you were visiting Constantinople, we picked up a software update for the Animus. I'd like to run a couple of quick tests, make sure there aren't any major issues.
All right. What do you need me to do?
We'll start simple. Walk to the marker over there.
I like that these, I think pretty much every game in the series so far, from the original to this, they start one right after the other. I've never really seen a story with sequels do that for the most part. None that I can recall off the top of my head. This is pretty much giving you a breakdown of what to do in case you haven't played this in a while, or if you're new to the series. Look, considering, like I said, that these games pretty much start one right after the other, it's probably best to at least play this game from 2. Revelations will at least give you some more backstory to Altair, and it'll explain a lot. You did get that beginning. That explains to you what has happened up until this point. But it's still better if you play the earlier games before you get into the series, or at least if you're wanting to play 3, you should probably play 2, Brotherhood and Revelations if you haven't. You can kind of get away with not playing the first game because they explain that for the most part in all of the other games.
These are optional objectives that raise your synchronization rate. Alright, Desmond, follow the on-screen instructions and kill the 2 Templars.
I failed. Oh, I didn't. You know what they want me to do? Usually, maybe they just don't want me to do it automatically yet.
All you have to do here is jump the gap.
Again, I don't care about the optional objectives. I'll go for them. But if I fail them, I'm not gonna kill myself over it. Oops. An A to jump. Oh, okay. I was wondering why. Well, I can't make that. Why is that so far? But hello, CC. For Assassin's Creed 3, only the main story. I don't have any DLC. I don't really plan on buying it. I'll do some of the side stuff if it's fun enough. If I find it's fulfilling enough, then I will go out of my way to do the side stuff. But other than that, I'm just playing through the main story. I do really like the story up to what I've played so far. I loved Ezio's story. I like Desmond as a character too. I don't know. I think he gets a little too much hate. He is a bit of a whiner, but in the situation he's in, can you blame him?
Synchronization levels are good now. We should be able to build the world. It's time to find out what the temple wants from you.
Why'd they make me this guy? I say hi, CC? If not, then hi. Now this is running at a very nice 60 FPS on my end. I have almost everything set to very high.
I'm just preoccupied.
The highest it'll go, by the way.
Don't forget your invitation. Master Birch will be meeting you inside.
Thank you.
Where shall I retrieve you?
Which it should, because I have a friggin' GTX 970.
Don't expect to be here long.
I'll bring her round at once.
I mean, my processor's not the best, but it still handles itself well. Won't be playing anything in 4K anytime soon, but 1080p is fine for a while.
Invitation, please. Shall I take your coat, sir?
Oh, this is Connor. Is it?
You are requested to kindly find your seats.
Wow. Oh my god, this is impressive. This game's not too old, I don't think, actually. It's only a few years old. So I guess that's expected.
Good evening, sir. This way, please.
Now, as far as I know, this is probably just before Revolutionary War, where I'm at right now. I really love this architecture.
Evening, Haytham.
Early English and American architecture. Well, this isn't
Can't tell
American,
you how
this is
happy I
English,
was
but...
to hear they'd mounted this revival. Gay's best work by far. Have you seen it before?
Once, my father brought me here as a child. Though I remember little of it. I don't suppose tonight will afford me the luxury of a proper viewing either.
Yeah, not Connor yet. Alright, thanks.
On to business then. Do you see him?
And the statesman, because he's so great, thinks his trade as honest as mine.
There, I think. Yep.
A lawyer is an honest employment.
He's seated in one of the boxes above.
The stairs are watched. We'll need to find another way up.
Both against Roach and for them. For 'tis
I
but
already
fitting
have.
that we should protect and encourage cheats, since we live by them.
This is cool. I like this opening.
Word of trial comes on in the afternoon, and she hopes you will
Can I get
order
up?
matters so
There we
as
go.
to bring her off.
As the wench is very
Let me go this way.
active and industrious,
So
so
sorry.
satisfied
My
by
apologies.
the evidence.
Tom Gates is found
The bathroom later.
Lazy dog.
This way.
When I took him the time before, I told him what would come to if he did not mend his hand. This is death without reprieve. I may venture to book you. For Tom
Want me to go this
Gates,
way?
40
No
pounds.
one's going to see me do this. Are you serious?
I can get more by her staying in.
Betty has brought more goods into our lot year than any five of the game. And
Oh.
It is a pity to lose so good a
Get a
customer.
room, you two.
If none of the gang take her off, she may, in the common course of business, leave her 12 months longer. I love to let women skate.
Oh, I gotta go up.
But
Okay.
sportsmen always lets the end partridge fly, because the breed of the gang depends on it.
Yeah, I heard that. Character development for Connor is, like, very minimal. Compared to Ezio and even Altair.
Without dispute, she is a fine woman.
Like I said, my expectations for this game are not very high.
And to say a poor
Because of everyone's, complaints about it.
than the gaming tape.
So, I'm keeping them low, and I'm just gonna enjoy what I can. Ah, okay. I thought you had to keep rotating it. You just have to rotate it until you get it. It almost works like Fallout. Well, Fallout actually, the way the lockpicking works, it's like Arkham Asylum. Just have to rotate it until you get the until you feel it vibrate.
Dutch courage over the balloon in your cheek.
Well, I love to make them easy one way or other.
When a gentleman is long kept in suspense, penitence may break his spirit ever after. Besides, certainty gives a man a good air upon his trial, and makes him risk.
These are the most impressive graphics that I've seen so far. I mean, Well, aside from 4, obviously, because I had it for PS4. I haven't played 4 in a very long time.
I hate a lazy rogue by whom one can get nothing till he's hanged. I register again.
Yeah, whoever did the graphics for this game, excellent job. Already. Oh, good, that's...
We would have found another way.
I almost thought, wait, it's not going to assassinate Lincoln, and then I remembered, this is before the Revolutionary War.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry. As am I.
Why is every kid in every single video game really fucking ugly? They never get kids right. They always look scary and disgusting. Like, did you see his eyes? Oh my god. I have never seen a kid that looks even remotely human in any video game I've played.
Come on, please.
They just do not translate well to 3D graphics.
A man was killed, but I've done no wrong. I search him. Any weapons?
I beg your pardon. Did you
No,
please?
Patience, please. He's friends. There is no danger. He's friends. There is no danger.
Yeah, he did too, but those graphics were really old, so it's a little understandable in that time.
What are those men doing?
But these graphics are very good. They got adults down. They've got women down.
Imbecile.
But they can never nail children. Oh god. Taking that out of context, this sounded really bad. I am so sorry. You know what I mean. Yeah. I just realized what came out of my mouth when, I said that.
I'm searching on here. You search down there. Very good. Find anyone, give a shout.
I would not be surprised if that kid was Connor. I don't think it is. It looked too Caucasian, because I think, Connor's Native American, I think, isn't he? He's at least half Native American, I know that.
Aye. To Fleet and Bride.
By your command.
So, Ezio has... or, not Ezio. Desmond has,
Fascinating. Gentlemen,
he has Muslim blood, Italian blood,
and if this book is to be believed, it will open the
Native
doors
American
of a
blood.
storehouse built by those who came before.
Ah, yes. Those who ruled, reigned, and vanished from the world. Do we know what it is that to be held within?
It could contain certain knowledge, perhaps a weapon, or something as yet unknown, unfathomable in its construction and purpose. It could be any of these things, or none of them. They are still an enigma.
Not Muslim, Persian blood.
But of one thing I am certain. Whatever waits behind those doors shall prove a great boon to us all.
Or our enemies, should they find it first?
They won't. You've seen to that.
I assume you know where this storehouse is?
Ah, Mr. Harrison.
Gentlemen,
How fare your calculations?
I believe the site lies somewhere within this region.
That's a lot of ground to cover.
My apologies. Were that I could be more accurate.
That's all right. It suffices for a start. And that is why we've called you here, Master Kenway. We'd like for you to travel to America, locate the storehouse, and take possession of its contents.
I'm yours to command, although a job of this magnitude will require more than just myself.
Of course. Upon this paper are the names of 5 men sympathetic to our cause. Each is also uniquely suited to aid you in your endeavor. With them at your side, you'll want for nothing.
Thomas Hickey.
Well,
I didn't read them all.
Then I'd best be on my way.
I knew our faith in you was not misplaced. We booked you passage to Boston. Your ship leaves at dawn. Go forth, Hatham, and bring honor to us all.
Now, I really wish that they would have had more, maybe not during the American Revolution, but I really wish they kind of, like, pushed a little more into American history territory. I love learning about American history. Always loved it in high school. Sea shanties. How I missed you. I know you do ship battles in this game and you sail. But a lot of people actually didn't like it until AC4. That's the same guy that sang those sea shanties in 4. Okay, I'm sorry to pause this again. I just gotta like dwell on this for a little bit. First of all, it's great to hear that the same guy that did the sea shanties in 4 was the one that did them in this game as well. I love his voice. I love listening to sea shanties from Assassin's Creed 4 because they're just done so well, and he's such a good singer. And like every time I hear his voice and he sings like that, it gives me goosebumps. I love it. So I'm so glad that they actually first got this guy in this game. I can see some. First Civilization has led Desmond Miles and his allies here in order to prevent a massive solar flare that threatens all life on the planet. But they never talked about this in the other games, the solar flare. Not as far as I know. They hinted at it, I don't know. Now they just need to figure out how to do it. Desmond's ancestral memories appear to hold the answers. Oh, they didn't have the... They had the inside of the ship, but it was a very small area. It was just your quarters. The Jackdaw in 4. They didn't have anything like this. Not as far as I know. I did kind of spoil it myself for 4, where I know you... I don't know if you fight the Queen Anne's Revenge, or you actually get to use it. But I know that your ship in 4 is the Jackdaw. Oh, I can talk with him.
Good morning, Doctor.
To you as well.
A question, if I may. Do you serve aboard the ship, or are you simply taking passage?
A bit of both, actually. I've been commissioned by the Royal Navy to study maritime illness. I'll be observing the crew during the journey. We have found that sailors fare far better on the open seas than the rest of us. I hope to discover why that is.
Well, I hope you are successful in your endeavors.
As do I. Thank you for the kind words.
I actually like the clothing in this period, too. That's the thing, CC. I've heard people that didn't mind it in this game, but loved it in 4. I've heard people that hated it in this game and liked it in 4. I think the main reason why there's people that may have not liked this game, or not liked the ship battles in this game, were because of the fact that, from what I hear, the boat sequences are all forced on you. You can't, it's not like a side thing, like... There was only a few times I remember where you actually had to do boat sequences, or ship sequences in Assassin's Creed 4. progress the story. But for the most part, the ship battles in 4, after the introduction, were more like a side thing. That's, I'm not 100% sure on that, because again, I haven't played this one yet. Oh, this guy's got a backstory. Capture all of the opponent's pieces. Oh, no, wait. No, I don't want to do this. I don't really want to do that. I don't really care about those small mini-games too much. Oh! Pigs. The pig looks convincing. That sheep doesn't look very good, though. Doesn't look bad. Animals are another thing that's not exactly easy to model in 3D. Oh, well. Look at that. Okay, I don't care what anyone says. As far as I heard, no one's complaining about the graphics in this game. But I want to say for like 1 second, I know this game is a few years old. The graphics still hold up really well.
Captain?
Mr. Kenway.
I just wanted to thank you again for taking me aboard, and apologize for any inconvenience it may have caused.
Inconvenience would be an understatement.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
My ship
You can skip all these too if you want.
2 days that we might accommodate you. I lost several contracts as a result.
I had no idea.
Of course not. You nobles are all the same.
They're a little bit uncanny valley, though. With the eyes. They don't move. Their faces, they've got like facial expressions. They actually got them done really well on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One in this new generation. So, a PS3 and 360, that generation, it doesn't bother me too much, but it really bothers some people. How like faces kind of like look a little too plastic because they don't move very much. Like I said, it doesn't bother me. Like, I'm not a stickler for something like that. So, I can get past it for the most part. I do notice it, but it doesn't take me out of the game.
And then all will be well.
You sure about that?
Of course. Have I ever led you astray?
Nah. Though you don't sit right with the others.
Have faith, my friend. You'll see.
Well, well. Seems our esteemed guest has deigned to grace us with his presence. You might want to head back to your quarters. Top deck's no place for tender parnell.
So I know. And yet,
Fancy yourself a joker, eh? Let's see how funny you find this.
I'm gonna have to kick this guy's ass.
That's enough, Graves. Stay out of this.
Give him a douse on the jump!
They're just telling me how to do different things. Everything that I know already.
If the captain sees us... hell with the captain. And to hell with you, Mill. Whose side you on anyway?
Oh. I love it.
We're ready to go again if you are.
This is unwise.
Why is that? You think I'm afraid of you?
But you should be.
Come on.
Anoint him with the oil!
Nearly broke your neck. Oh.
How do you like these odds?
What's the meaning of this?
Captain!
Explain yourself at once, Mr. Kenway.
He's thought we were simply passing the time with a bit of sport, Captain.
How about you pass the time by doing your goddamn jobs instead? I wasn't aware I was paying you to loll about. A word, please, Mr. Kenway.
Oh, I
Kenway.
nearly forgot. There's your knife back.
Isn't Connor's last name Kenway? I thought I was actually getting
I
that
don't care for you,
confused.
Mr. Kenway. I've had nothing but trouble since you came aboard.
Your problems have nothing to do with me.
I beg your pardon?
You don't automatically walk with them anymore.
And cruel, and it's clear your crew has no respect for you.
That was only a Revelations thing. I'm actually kind of surprised they never carried it over.
I need a favor.
Because I know they didn't have it in 4.
I suspect some of the men intend to mutiny.
Really? What a surprise.
As I cannot trust any of them, I am compelled to turn to you.
And why should I help you?
Because if they do intend to betray, I'm the only hope you have of reaching America alive. Well, what will it be?
If what you say is true, what other choice do I have?
Thank you.
In these cutscenes, his facial expressions aren't bad.
Should you ever dare to insult
Like
or
moves
threaten
pretty
me
naturally.
again, I'll not hesitate but to cut off your head myself. Are we understood?
Damn, that stare.
Excellent.
Good day.
Like the guy's look on his face. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna mess with this guy.
Checking the ass sheets.
Good to know. Wait, was I supposed to go down? Yeah, I was. They let me down here. Atlantic Ocean. Oh, I am very familiar with that.
Mr. Kenway.
Captain?
Is that the compass that never points north?
Whatever they're up to, I believe it's coming to a head.
I'd best get to work.
Yeah, I know. I like the inside of the ship in this game is bigger. You only get to go to your own quarters in 4 when you're Jackdaw. But I think the ship is bigger than that. That's probably why. Jackdaw is actually not a very big ship.
Claims we're not provisioned
Or at least not initially.
You're not having second thoughts, are you?
On our witness, be done, Bob.
This isn't a store, is it?
You there. I have some questions for you.
That's nice, but I ain't got time to gossip. Probably wouldn't have anything useful to share anyway. You want information? Try the cook or the doctor. Everyone's always chatting them up. He's a shifty fella. Won't hardly take his hat off. Keep quiet. Here he comes.
Could I not have... That's a really weird optional objective.
Doctor, if you have a moment.
Have you taken him?
Oh, nothing like that. I was wondering if you'd heard any rumblings of trouble aboard.
What sort of trouble?
Unusual complaints or grievances? Men taking issue with the captain.
You
or the
sound
passengers.
just like James. Like I told him, I've been much too busy with my research to notice anything not work-related.
And where might I find James?
The galley's your best bet. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Are you James?
Aye.
Haytham Kenway. Pleased to meet you.
I know
Nathan.
who you are.
I missed his
I was
first
hoping you
name
could
if he
answer
ever
some
said it.
questions.
I figured as much, but not here. Follow me. So, what do you want to know?
Have you seen or heard anything out of the ordinary since we left port? Anything that gives cause for concern?
Some of the men have been gathering at night on the upper deck. I've only caught bits of their conversations, so I couldn't say for certain what they're up to. But I suspect it bodes ill.
Is it a mutiny they're planning?
All I know is they've little love for the captain. Mills has been trying to talk them down, but there's only so much one man can do.
Thank you for the information.
I only wish to see us reach the colonies alive.
Why would you mutiny when you're going to the free world? Unless... You know, I'm an assassin.
Evening, sir.
How are things?
Calm and quiet. Just the way I like it. What brings you topside?
Thought I'd wander a bit. Stretch my legs. That's all.
Take care where you tread. The deck hides all manner of danger in the dark.
What was that? Someone's throwing cargo overboard. But why?
He's got our rations again. Claims we're not provisioned for such luxuries.
It's not right that you should feast on lamb, wine. We're stuck with tinned fish and biscuits.
Curious.
Whoever it was, they work fast.
Curious.
Most curious, indeed. I can't do an English accent for the life of me. It would go way too cockney. Sound like Dennis from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Because my accent's very, mutant. Philadelphia accent kind of has like an identity crisis. It doesn't know what it wants to be.
Any news?
Each night it's the same. I scout one area, and they drop the painted barrels from another. I'm going to need to recruit an extra pair of eyes. Maybe James or Mills.
Why are they doing this?
Near as I can tell, the barrels serve as markers. They're leaving a trail. My fear is it's only a matter of time before whoever's following it...
Ship sighted aft! She's making ready to fire!
Talk about timing.
Beat to quarters, men! Ready the... Brace! Everybody down! A warning shot! Seems they don't mean to sink us, but board us instead! Man the cannons! Make ready to fight! I want you below decks.
Why? Let me help you secure the ship.
Do you know how to rig a sail? To load a cannon? To wage war at sea? I didn't think so. Now return to your cabin, or do I need to have you escorted?
Damn. You realize I nearly broke a guy's neck, right?
Haytham.
Surprised he listened to him.
Have you been topside? A ship's appeared and means to board us. It's strange. There's no sign of mutiny aboard. Doesn't make sense.
Ah, but it does.
What do you mean?
Did you think you could escape from London so easily after what you did at the opera? That we wouldn't notice? That we wouldn't follow?
What are you saying? Yes, actually, I can. CC.
Surrender, and I will see that you are treated with honor.
If you wish to treat me with honor, give me a sword.
Are you sure this is how you want to play it?
Ah. Wage a war on a boat. Who doesn't? That's what they're practically made for. Oh, they didn't make it as automatic like it was in the previous games. Like, after you do the counter, you actually have to press the attack button.
Stay below decks. I did as you asked. Only Mills was there waiting for me. He's the one that drew that ship here. There was no mutiny. Only him.
What do they want?
Me.
Then they can have you.
Is that
Catch us anyway. There's nothing to be done.
I can think of something.
Alright, thank you. I'm glad I chose the right ship.
It's our only chance.
I won't do it.
Then I will.
All right. All right.
Yeah, got a blade under this motherfucker.
We need those ropes secured. I told you this was madness.
Calm yourself. I'll fix your sail for you.
Oops. There we go.
Tighten the binding.
Oh, good. I was wondering if I was supposed to be pressing any buttons there, but nothing prompted.
Get off the rigging. Secure that tackle.
Batten down the hatches!
Heave on those aft-line. Heave. We need more speed. Loose the sails. Take them. You take the foremast. James, get off the rigging mast with you. Secure that tackle.
I have to climb up here. Yep. Can I go around here? Yeah.
Tighten the bindings.
There we go. Whoa.
Hurry! I can't hold on much longer. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I noticed this at the beginning of the game, but that was a very long amount of time that he gave you for that. All you had to do was push forward. Push forward and right trigger to run. Oh, this music. Kudos to the composer. Is that gold? I don't know if that's gold or if that's food. Not shiny, so... Okay, I guess you're switching to mobile, CC? Okay. Thanks for coming, CC. If you, can't make it. Actually, I think I should be going up. Shortbread, yeah. It didn't look like it was gold. Just because it was yellow and in a bar, so that's what I assumed.
Make ready for our arrival, men!
Arrival? I see no land, only this interminable fog.
The gulls tell us all we need to know. Climb into the crow's nest and you'll see.
Ah, okay. I thought you were doing that on purpose. That music. I think I will have to... I can't hold it in for much longer. I have to take a bathroom break once I get back to gameplay.
Master Kenway! Master Kenway!
Yes, may I help you?
Charles Lee, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've been asked to introduce you to the city, help you settle it. Oh, no need, sir. I've arranged for your bags to be delivered to the inn.
Are you by any chance...
Alright. It always seems like I, get to it early.